Under the Patriot Act of 2001, the government nearly has unlimited access to your personal information. Now, an NSA agent will say it's for public protection or to prevent terrorist attacks. But has the government gone too far by collecting this data? Under a program called PRISM, the government has taken protection to a whole new level by collecting hundreds and thousands of your names. The government has attempted to thwart terrorism by collecting and monitoring thousands of American names, emails, phone numbers, and text messages under a program called PRISM. The Guardian writes, the program facilitates extensive, in-depth surveillance on live communications and stored information. The law allows for targeting of any customers of participating firms who live outside the U.S. The NSA, according to a top secret document, has claimed to have access directly to the servers of several top companies, such as Apple, Google, Yahoo, Facebook, YouTube, Skype, and several others. Now, all these top tech companies have issued a public denouncement that the government has any access to their servers. For example, an Apple spokesman said the following: "We have never heard of PRISM. We do not provide any government agency with all access to our servers. And any government agency requesting customer data must get a court order." But there seems to be a conflict here. According to Timothy Lee of the Washington Post, the targeting rule may not protect Americans as much as it might seem. Last week's revelation that the government used an obscure provision of the Patriot Act to obtain records of every phone call on Verizon's network under a single court order suggests that the government is willing to obtain some permissive interpretations of the law. Now, a secret program like this is no easy secret to keep, and eventually a U.S. citizen betrayed the U.S. government and leaked top secret data. The government's involvement with personal information was illegally uncovered by a man named Edward Snowden. Now, Edward Snowden was a former CIA employee and worked as a contractor to the NSA in Hawaii. Because of his role as a contractor, he had high-level clearance to top secret data. And why did Edward do this? Why did he release the information? He did so, and I quote, "to spark a national debate on U.S. surveillance, as he became concerned about the level of surveillance the government was putting upon us." Now, we know the system, how it was uncovered. Let's talk about your personal risk. The government may be storing your personal information. If you have accounts on tech companies such as Apple, Google, Yahoo, Skype, and many others, you may be at risk of being monitored by the U.S. government. According to The Guardian, Facebook reveals governments asked for 38,000 users in 2013. The Guardian writes as well, U.S. authorities made 11,000 to 12,000 requests for information on 20,000 to 21,000 individuals over 6 months. The company complied in 79% of the cases. When an NSA reviews a communication it believes merits further investigation, it issues what it calls a report. Over 2,000 PRISM-based reports are now made every single month, a 27% increase on the previous year. Now, the U.S. government has obtained the role of a mother bear, protecting its cubs as it obtains our data and monitors it. In this case, ignorance may be bliss, but keep in mind, your next phone call, text message, or email may be monitored by the government, and there's nothing you can do about it.